the friendly confines of the Redwood Bowl. It's the first time Redwoods has played at home in almost a month. Their last home game here versus Monterey Peninsula all the way back on September 27th. They come back with their first win on the year, fresh off a 19-18 victory out in Reading a week ago over Shasta, alongside my broadcast partner Liam Warner. I am Mitchell Manji here for Redwoods and Santa Rosa. The Bear Cubs coming in at 3-4, 0-2 in conference with losses to Butte and Sierra. Redwoods got their first conference win, first win overall, as mentioned, at Shasta a week ago. They also lost to a tough Sierra team. Liam, I think we've said it throughout the year. The calling card has been the defense historically. The defense has been down. Can the offense match Santa Rosa going into today's game? If they can get the output from the offense necessary, I don't think that there's going to be any low-scoring games the rest of the way on the schedule.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it was a great game last week in Reading. It was, Coach White, my interview before that game, just talked about his team's fight, and it really showed there. I mean, the vibes were pretty low at halftime, and going into the third quarter, kind of got this sense of, well, here we go again. But then they got that recovery on the muff punt, and then right after that, the forehand to dog connection, and things really went from there. Of course, Shasta committed a ton of penalties. They helped Redwoods a lot. It would have been much more difficult to get that win without a lot of those Shasta mistakes. But still, Redwoods had to capitalize on those mistakes and get it done. And really proud of the guys, really proud of the coaching staff for what they were able to do.
Well, I was saying on the broadcast last week, it was close to 200 yards in total penalties. I think the final ended up being 17 penalties for 167 something yards. So anyways, we'll go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, Liam's exclusive interview with head coach Jason White. A reminder for those of you watching on the YouTube live stream, you're going to need to head on over to KATA1340.com. We'll take a 60-second timeout, back momentarily with Liam and Coach White here on your home for Redwoods football, ESPN 107.3 FM.
Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Feels good to be back home and the weather fitting as a light drizzle just starting here over the Redwood Bowl. Rain and weather expected to be a factor. We'll see. Looked as if on the forecast that it was going to be clear, had high winds and rain coming down early this morning. We'll take a look and see if that remains a factor. Santa Rosa won the toss. They deferred their option to the second half. Redwoods will receive the football. Send Devin Forehand in the offense out to start the ball game. Santa Rosa, the Bear Cubs, wearing all white uniforms with red trim. Redwoods, black helmets, black jerseys, white pants as we are set to kick it away. Off the right leg of Anthony Calvillo. It is caught at the 5. Looking for a cutback lane. Not a lot there. Across the 25, and Reyes brought down at the 27. So Devin Forehand and the offense headed out to the field. As 1 week ago, Forehand was 26 of 45 passing for 288 yards. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He also led the team in rushing, 9 attempts for 58 yards, and a QB sneak on the ground. Alex Meadows had over 100 yards receiving for this team 2 weeks ago as the wind really starting to pick up here at the Redwood Bowl. Deron Dodd was the man with 200, and Forehand is talking to the referee to get the understanding for how the play clock is going to work. We have 1 play clock down, so that means we're going without either ones. They won't do it in one direction only. It's going to be based on hand signals from the referee. Shifting the formation, moving Dascom and Buckland to the left side. Forehand gets the snap, back to throw, and through the hands of his running back on the left side. That was Cameron Raig. And something we saw, especially in the first half a week ago at Shasta, Redwoods continued in those first 2 quarters, they were putting the football on the ground early on first down, and then once they started throwing, those short passes get them in space. They have not all season long generated much on the ground. And the running back was actually Clifton, so 35 and 36 is rain starting to come down a little bit more heavy here in Arcata. Snap to Forehand. He's going to give it to Clifton running right, and Clifton just slung down at the line of scrimmage. No running room over the right side. Tackle was made by the defensive lineman Brandon Williams. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Fans starting to break out the umbrellas. Smart ones are sitting on the Santa Rosa side, the covered side of the Redwood Bowl. As Forehand, empty formation, 3 receivers left to the wide side for 3rd and 10. Just underway, opening drive. Forehand in the gun, gets the snap, rolling out, design to his left. Eyes downfield, looking to throw, and he's going to get sacked, throws it away as he was going down. Reyes was the receiver in the area, still a dangerous throw. They are going to credit with Forehand with an incomplete pass there. The designed rollout, as Forehand has done an excellent job getting mobile, escaping a broken pocket. That one, the entire defense flowed with him as he rolled to his left, the defense's right, and ultimately took a big hit before going down. So a 3 and out to start the game. Cole Newton is on to punt with 14:01 on the game clock. Snap is there, some pressure. And a wobbly kick, fair catch is made by Javon Scott at his own 39-yard line. So we'll see the Redwoods defense heading out onto the field and get a look at the Bear Cub offense. On the season, Santa Rosa averaging 124 yards per game on the ground, 211 through the air. They put up 20.6 points per game. Be interesting to see with the lack of ground game for Redwoods how they fare putting the ball through the air in these wet conditions. Bobby McGovern, the quarterback, in the shotgun, running back to his right. He has 2 receivers to the right, wide side of the field. He takes the snap, and it's going to be a handoff over the left side. Hard running, but only about 3 yards on the first down carry. Zion Williams, the ball carrier, sophomore from Mount St. Joseph's High School in Baltimore, Maryland. Williams on the year, averaging 5.1 yards per carry with 7 touchdowns. Averages just over 90 yards a game. He got 3 on first down, brings up 2nd and 7. Williams remains in as the ball carrier to the left of McGovern. Snap, play action. McGovern, a designed quarterback run to the left. He was hit initially in the backfield, but able to escape. The first tackler picks up a pair on the ground. Going to leave 3rd down and 4. Third manageable for Santa Rosa. Four down linemen again. CR had been running a 3-down lineman base formation for a majority of the season. They changed it up last week, got the win. They stick with it today. McGovern throwing far side of the field. Pass is caught. Strong hands by number 14, Joseph Campbell, on the far side. Went up and got it, and with the weather and all, able to secure the pass over the top of Chaz Scott, the defensive back in coverage. First down, Bear Cubs. So over the 50 and to plus territory at the Redwoods 46 now. Ball at the right hash. McGovern in the gun, and he gives it to Williams, running over the left side. Williams escaping that first line of defense, churning forward out for about 7 yards. Rain starting to come down sideways now into the face of the Santa Rosa offense. 11:54 to go, game clock. No score here in the first quarter. Liam Warner, Mitchell Mongi here on Humboldt's ESPN 107.3 FM. McGovern gets the snap, and another give to Williams over the left side. Is hit about a yard in front of the line of scrimmage and was tackled close to the line to gain. Referee signals for a first down, so chains will move. So 2 first downs for the Bear Cubs on their opening drive. Redwoods got the football to start the game, went 3 and out, and was forced to punt. Three receivers right to the short side of the field. McGovern toes at the plus 40. Gets the snap, and again, it's the give to Williams over the right side. And tackled for a loss. He was hit about 2 yards deep, but has continued to churn forward. Yards after contact racking up on this first drive for Zion Williams. Williams 6 foot, 206 pounds, a big man to bring down. So 2nd and 11 now behind the sticks. Bear Cubs bring Scott across the formation in motion to the wide side of the field. Looking back, it's a screen underneath to Williams. Williams stiff arms a defender, evades another before being brought down on his own sideline at the 30-yard line. Gain of 7 on the screen. Brings up another 3rd down and 4. Bear Cubs threw it on the pass on the previous 3rd down. Would have been effective running the ball with Williams. McGovern with Williams to his right. Claps, gets the snap. The give is to Williams up over the left side, and he's not going to get there. He's going to be dropped about 2 yards short. So forcing a decision for Santa Rosa on their opening drive. No hesitation. Offense stays out on the field. This has been a tough task, stopping short yardage situations for CR defensively. They flip their defensive ends. Now everybody's set. McGovern, the snap, the give to Williams, trying to run it right up the middle, continues fighting forward, and he's going to have enough for the first down. He was hit initially short of the sticks, but kept churning forward, ended up picking up 5 yards and a fresh set of downs. This is the opening drive you did not want to see if you're a Redwoods fan, as Santa Rosa in complete control, able to pick up those short yardage situations just one time. They've held them for a loss. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24. New ball carrier in the game, and he gets it on the ground, bouncing off defenders, spinning out of another tackle inside the 10, still churning and brought down at the 5-yard line. Jordan Jones, the freshman from Fairfield, his first carry of the game is a big one and is going to set up the Bearcats with a 1st and goal. Jones averaging 6.1 yards per carry, much more on that one. And he remains in to the right of the quarterback, McGovern. 1st and goal from the 5. Snap and the give up the middle and stood up and driven backward. Jones with not much running room. Coming up to help on the tackle, Levi Walker from his linebacker position. Brings up 2nd and goal from, call it the 3-yard line. Both backs now out there. Jones lining up at tight end. Williams to the left of McGovern. Snap, and the give is to Williams, and Williams, no running room over the right side. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Gonna bring up 3rd down. Long drive. Redwoods punted with 14 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. We just have crossed the 7-minute mark. So a 7-minute first drive and counting for the Bear Cubs. McGovern in the shotgun. Williams to his right. He's got 2 receivers to his left. He fakes it, rolling out to the right. Throws short to Jones. He was hit at the goal line and is short. Big tackle made by number 0, Victory Oricano. Stopping the Bear Cubs short of the goal line will bring up their 2nd, 4th down of the drive. And it's goal to go. Just 2 passes, including 1 screen on this opening drive. Shotgun still for Santa Rosa. Linebackers walked up over the center. The quarterback keeper from the shotgun. He's hit, falls forward, and is in. Touchdown, Bear Cubs. Initial tackle was made, initial hit was made behind the line of scrimmage. But the defender just bounced off of McGovern, and he fell forward into the end zone for 6. 5:57 to go, 1st quarter. Santa Rosa finds pay dirt on their opening drive. Calvillo on for the PAT, and a short kick just barely gets through. Santa Rosa goes 61 yards in over 8 minutes, controlling clock with the ground game. They lead it 7-0. You're listening to Redwoods football on ESPN 107.3 FM. So the kickoff after the touchdown was a line drive wobbler. Took a couple of bounces. Reyes wisely let it go, and it kicked out of bounds at the 1 yard line. Penalty marker comes out, and it'll be great starting field position for Redwoods. And here, Coach Helms in the box next to us. Let it go, let it go.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Redwoods is elected as the ball placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
So as you hear from our referee, ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. Redwoods will take it at the right hash. Forehand in the offense back out onto the field after going 3 and out in their first drive. 3 receivers tight left to the wide side. Forehand in the pistol. He takes the snap, the give to Clifton, and hit and falling forward maybe 1 yard, but was stood up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Caden Homan, the linebacker. After the spot, they'll give Clifton credit for 2 on the ground. Aaron Clifton averaging just 1.8 yards per carry. Had a big touchdown last week, his first of the season. Redwoods does not have a running back averaging over 3.5 yards a carry. The only 2 with that are quarterbacks. Forehand gets the snap in the pistol, hands it off, and he lost the football on the exchange. Still loose on the ground, squirting around, and it's going to be recovered by Santa Rosa. Clifton never had a grasp on it. It squirted out of his arms. Right tackle Ethan Bunton had a chance to fall on it, but the wet turf, that ball just kept moving around. Both Redwoods and Santa Rosa players had an opportunity eventually. Man in a white jersey picked it up, and disastrous start on the first 2 drives for Redwoods. They set up the Bear Cubs 1st and 10 at the plus 31-yard line. 5:08 to go first quarter, and quickly McGovern and the offense back out onto the field. They continue to line up Jordan Jones in that short wing-back formation. The give is to Williams up the middle. And he gets maybe a yard. Coming out, Luke Saraceno, the man coming out of the bottom of the pile. Jesse from All Phase Property Maintenance checking in, listening as he's driving around, fixing just about everything. Says he feels like he's listening to a Vikings game, the way that CR is off to the start. The Vikings left a lot to be desired in that Thursday night game. We'll leave it at that and spare him the misery. Play action and a wide receiver screen out to the left side, caught by Randall, dragging the defender forward, and goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It's going to leave him with 3rd down and about 4. Sean Randall, the wide receiver there, from Puna, Hawaii, the Big Island, a freshman with the wide receiver screen. Got tackled in bounds, clock ticking, 3.5 to go, 3:50 the first quarter. 3rd down, McGovern rolling out to his right, is going to throw, bobbled and dropped. Was looking for Javon Scott going out into the flat. Hit him in the hands, but again, wet conditions, a slippery football, was unable to haul it in. Kind of a no man's land here at the 25-yard line. If you kicked a field goal, it would be a 40-plus yarder. Again, a little bit of wind blowing into the face of Santa Rosa. So it'll be a tough field goal attempt, really short to punt. They're going to leave the offense 4th and 4. I think that's about the only decision you have. The running back is Jones to the left of McGovern. Snap, looking left the entire way. McGovern throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. His first target was Jones out of the backfield. He was covered well. He came back to Keon Moore, the wide receiver, coming across the middle, and Moore could not hang on to it. Pass falls incomplete. And after the turnover, fortunate Redwoods gets the stop and will get the football back at their own 25-yard line. So ended up being just a loss of 10 yards in field position. Could have been a lot worse. Forehand in the offense back out onto the field. Alec Grant, the running back this time. Grant moves to the left side of forehand, as does Dascom, the tight end. Now he shifts Grant back around to the right. Forehand moves him back to the left side, so now he's got Grant where he wants him. Throws a quick hitter to Quentin Buckland. Caught, breaks a tackle, still fighting, and falls down at the 39-yard line. So gain of 14 on the pitch and catch to Buckland. Redwoods has their first down of the game with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Quentin Buckland, the quarterback turned safety turned quarterback turned receiver. Had some good third down catches, strong hands, and remains out split wide right. The give is to Grant. Grant, just slipped. He had an open hole, but picks up 6 on the first down carry.
Alec Grant running back now for Redwoods. Regular D-line and pick up 6 on the play.
Rommel Luster checks into the game. Luster with a really big catch down the stretch a week ago. Hauled in about a 30-yarder coming across the middle of the field to set Redwoods up in the red zone, where they were eventually able to score the go-ahead touchdown. He's split out in the slot left. They bring Reyes across the formation. Fake it to him. Forehand to pass, trying to set up a screen, but it was wide and goes incomplete. Pass rush from the linebacker, Ivan Robledo, really disrupted forehand's line of sight. He had to sink it into a sidearm to try and get it over to Grant, and came out a little wide. So incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 4. Line to gain is the 50-yard line. Redwoods breaks the huddle. Dodd and Reyes split left. Buckland, the receiver, to the right. Grant in the backfield to the right of forehand. Now he's going to move Grant out into the slot and shift Dascom across slot on the far side. Empty set. Forehand. Back to pass. Throws behind. Reyes coming over the middle of the field. Pressure was coming quickly. Forehand probably had to get rid of that one a bit earlier than he wanted to. And Coach White is going to put the punt team out on 4th and 4 from their own 46. The way the offense has gone, I don't hate this call. You get an opportunity to flip field position, but you're going to be asking your defense to get some stops. High punt, or high snap rather. Pressure in the face. Newton took a hit, and a flag comes out, and it touched a Redwoods player at the 24. So that's where it's going to be down, but Redwoods going to be able to put their offense back out as the block attempt came up short. Newton took a hit at the end of it. Even if it is just running into the kicker, there was 4th down and 4, so 5 yards will be enough for a fresh set of downs. You'll take it.
Definitely will.
I mean, Shasta gave plenty of opportunities like this to Redwoods a week ago. Unfortunately, they were just able to come up. I mean, Redwoods themselves, they had 10 penalties in that game too, so normally when you're looking at it, that's considered a high number, but when you got 17 on the other side, it sure doesn't feel like it. Jack Larson, sophomore from Petaluma, was the one who put the pressure on Cole Newton and ended up crashing into him, sending him to the ground. So 5-yard penalty is enough for a first down at the Santa Rosa 49. First time Redwoods has been in plus territory, comes at the 2:11-minute mark, first quarter. Snap and a handoff. Grant trying to run to the right. He's tackled for a 1-yard loss. Caden Homan on the tackle. Ivan Robledo, a St. Helena product, also with the stop. So a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 from midfield. Three tight ends, 3 receivers bunched on the right side. Forehand takes the snap, play action, rolling out to his left. Tight end fell down, eyes downfield. Forehand throws, and his receiver Reyes fell down again. I don't know if his feet got tangled up. Polojorius, the defensive back in coverage there. Forehand with good ball placement. It was out in front, so the DB, even when Reyes went down, didn't have an opportunity to lay out and make the interception, and Reyes appeared to have a half step before he fell. Regardless, the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd and 11. Ball spotted at the 50, line to gains the 39. 3 receivers split left. Forehand heels at his own 45. Takes the snap, 4-man rush. Time to throw over the middle. Caught by Reyes right at the sticks and goes forward down to the 34-yard line. So a big conversion on 3rd and long. 3rd target for Reyes, and he gets one hauled in. It's got to be slick out there on this turf. Definitely not easy to find your footing. I've played on this turf, this exact field in the rain.
That's right.
Multiple times, and it definitely impacts you. Under a minute to go, first quarter. The hard count. Defensive lineman came across, but he got back. Forehand checks to the sideline, shifts Grant behind him. Snap, and the give is to Grant over the right side. And Grant with some tough running. Picks up 7 on the first down carry, and an explosive ran over a would-be tackler to fall forward and leaves 2nd down and manageable. So without the play clock, we won't have an exact time, but I think Redwood should be able to take this to the quarter if they want to. However, with 15 seconds, they're going to be on the ball. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Forehand in the shotgun, 2nd down and 4. And he snaps it with 10 on the game clock and give to Grant. Stood up the linebacker Homan and continued to churn forward, but only ended up with 2 yards. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Santa Rosa leading Redwood 7-0, but the Corsairs are driving. Back momentarily here on your home for Redwoods football, ESPN 107.3 FM. Seven nothing. Santa Rosa with the lead here alongside Liam Warner, Mitchell Monge from the Redwood Bull. We got a little bit of all kinds of weather. The wind has picked up, died down. Rain is come and gone. Sun now poking out, and gray skies still behind. So depending on the quarter, the weather going to be vastly different as we flip ends of the field. So fortunately, the wind has died down. It would be going from left to right throughout the stadium and into the face of Redwoods now. Wishbone formation on 3rd and short. The give over the right side to Clifton, and needed 2. He's going to be marked down. I think the referee on the far side came in just in front of the sticks. Should be barely enough to move the chains for a first down. And it is. First touch for Aaron Clifton after the fumble. Able to go forward and pick up the first down. So good drive that had stalled out. It was the running into the kicker that kept it alive. Forehand shifts the formation to the left side, moving Buckland and Dascom over. Takes the snap, play action, looking to throw, pressure coming, flag comes in the area of holding. Forehand will keep it down the right side, picks up 13 yards on the scramble, but this one's coming back. The linebacker, Caden Homan, came crashing hard on the play action, slipped and went down as he tried to recover. So, again, the elements continuing to affect the game.
10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Holding call goes against Ethan Bunton. It'll back up Redwood's 10 yards. Remains first down, but now back at the 34-yard line. 1st and 20. 7-0, Santa Rosa on top, just into the second quarter from the Redwood Bowl. Forehand shifts Buckland and Dascom to the right. Grant moves behind the quarterback. The give is to Grant, evades a tackler in the backfield and falls forward for about 2. Not much push in the run game for Redwoods. It seems as every time they hand it off, whether the ball carrier be Clifton or Grant, has to evade a would-be tackler or at least gets hit in the backfield. Same result there, able to turn it into 2 yards. 2nd down and 18. 3 receivers left to the wide side of the field. Four-man rush. It's going to be a receiver screen to Dodd on the left side. And Dodd slips around a couple of Bear Cub defenders. Gets brought down just shy of the 20, so it's going to be about 3rd down and 8, we'll call it. 13:20 to go, second quarter. 7-0 Santa Rosa on top. 3rd down and 8 for Redwoods at the 23-yard line. Forehand takes the snap. 4-man rush. Pressure in his face. Escapes out to the left. Going to scramble. Another flag in the backfield as forehand spins around a couple of defenders. Another flag flies in where a Santa Rosa player, Robledo, the backer, got cracked. Both of those appear to be going against Redwoods. Forehand scrambled with enough yards to pick up the would-be first down. So a pair of holding calls. Makes 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Under 13 to play, second quarter. Ball's going to be spotted at the 33-yard line, left hash. Got to get it to the 14. Officially, it'll be 3rd and 19. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Robledo, the middle linebacker, was showing pressure on the hard count, is backed off. Defensive backs playing soft, about 8 yards off. Forehand. 4-man rush. Throws over the left side through the hands of Dodd. His intended target would have been close to first down yardage, but Dodd just couldn't hang on. You got to get this down somewhere inside the 20 or else it's a complete waste of a play, only a net of maybe 13 yards and change of field position. So Newton going to do a high end-over-end punt on the right side, and it's fair caught at the 11. So a good job by Newton to use the field to his advantage, do a high punt, get good coverage down, and flips it about 22 yards. Santa Rosa send the offense back out onto the field. The field position game going to be very important too, as it seems for a majority of the season, Redwoods has been starting at their own 20 or worse, and other teams have been starting at the at the 35 or better. Like to get the actual statistics on it. So McGovern back out after a while on the bench. He's going to hand off to Williams, trying to go over the right side, and tackle made by Eli Freehoff with a little bit of help from others. The Freehoff family in attendance down in front of us. Saw some Oregon State gear as well down there.
Bet you like that.
Always makes me happy. That was the second Beavers hat I saw around the Redwood Bowl today. Of course, Oregon State's on a bye. My alma mater. Eli Freehoff lines up on the right side. Defensive end. It's second down and 10. Got to change the down marker on the far side. Snap, and the give is to Williams, running over that left side, and not much running room, maybe a yard. Big hit made by Caleb Morgan. So give him 1 yard on the ground. He's going to bring up quickly third down, 9 yards to the line to gain. Two receivers left, two right. McGovern in the shotgun with Williams to his left. Four-man rush, pressure coming, throw down the field. Cameron Regg, the defensive back, the safety, kept his eyes on the receiver. That football was coming right to him, and it was Eli Freehoff coming in to put the pressure on McGovern. So the punt working out in Redwood's favor from the plus 33. That's going to force Santa Rosa punt from their own end zone. Backing up to take the snap, pressure coming, and the kick is away. It's a line drive. Fair catch was signaled but not made. It takes a Bear Cub roll across the 50 and will be downed at the 45-yard line. Outside of the opening drive, defense has looked impressive here. A far cry from what they were earlier on in the season. Of course, probably one of, if not the most difficult schedules to start with those first 5 games.
Yeah, I think Coach White mentioned it, that the preseason schedule was among the hardest in the entire state. So, yeah, just made it tough.
Definitely a contributing factor to a team that is accustomed to holding opponents to very low numbers, giving up 50 points in several games. Forehand back out there. The handoff is to Grant. Again, had to evade a white uniform in the backfield. Falls forward, gets a yard over the left side. So the ground game still leaving much to be desired with second down and 9 upcoming. But again, going to be difficult. The short pass, the quick hitters with a wet football definitely does not shift the odds in your favor. Forehand takes the snap, looking to throw, completed across the middle. It's Reyes battling forward, going to be brought down right at the sticks. Line to gain was the 45. And both officials marking him down right there and signaling for a first down. So chains move on the far side. Fresh set of downs across midfield. Meadows, the receiver, split right. As it's play action, forehand's just going to give it to the left side. Excuse me. I thought forehand, he sold the fake really well. If he had kept it, there was nobody that went with him on that play action when he bootlegged it on the right side. I mean, he could have coasted into the end zone from 45 yards out. So sold the fake well. No gain on the ground, though. Second down and 10. Three receivers split right to the wide side. Forehand heels at his own 50. Takes the snap, looking, stepping up, trying to escape, out to the left, going to tuck it and run. And able to stay in bounds for as long as possible. Give him 5 on the scramble. A third down and 5. So Redwoods put some cohesive plays together. Still no points to show for it. 8.5 to go in the second quarter. They trail 7-0. Dodd, the lone man left. Meadows, Reyes, Dascom to the right. Hard count, doesn't get any movement. 4 offsides calls a week ago against Shasta. Santa Rosa proving to be much more disciplined today. The snap. And a give is to Grant. Cuts it up over the right side. First down yardage before he's brought down. Needed 5, gained 6. Just a little like a veer read. Either give it to the back going wide or the quarterback will keep it and go up the middle. Grant got the ball and turned it into a first down. Shasta showing blitz over the left side. Got movement on the hard count. Every time they come across, Shasta has the opportunity, Santa Rosa has the opportunity to get back unless there's offensive line movement. Play action, throw down the right side. Meadows is open, makes the catch at the 20, tackle down at the 15. But another first down for the Corsairs.
First down, Redwood.
Cornerback stayed short, safety over the top. Good timing by forehand to get that to Meadows in the open window in the zone. Be first down and 10 from the 11. Reyes and Meadows to the right. Dodd split out wide left. Forehand the snap. The give to Grant. No running room in the middle. Brandon Williams in on the stop. No gain on the play, and we've got a whistle and a flag that came in. Officials conferring around the line of scrimmage. Been a relatively clean game. I don't know if it just feels that way based on the number of penalties a week ago.
Yeah, as opposed to last week.
27 combined in Reading.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense number 22. That penalty will be a first half the distance of the goal and an automatic first down.
Personal foul, face mask against Ed Burnchich. Linebacker for Santa Rosa will give first and goal to Redwoods from the 5. Meadows, the lone man right, short side of the field. Forehand tries the hard count, checks to the sideline. Reyes, Dodd, and Dascom tight left. Forehand goes up to his center, whispers something into the side of his helmet. Play clock running down. Play action, give to Grant over the right side. Put his shoulder down, picked up 3 tough yards. You're going to watch the back judge. He's lifting almost as if like when Florida, when you see their fans doing the alligator chomp, if you just had that top arm, that up and down motion is what the back judge is going to be making to let you know the play clock is not sure if it's under 10 or under 5, but you know it's ticking down. Now they go wishbone, forehand under center, the give, trying to bounce it out, falling forward, Clifton, he's slung down short of the goal line. Clifton ran into a mess in the middle on the initial give, bounced it out, evaded a tackler to the right side, but the defensive end for Santa Rosa stayed with him and was able to sling him down just short of the goal line. First time we really saw a quarterback sneak came in Reading. We'll see if forehand keeps it under center here. He does. Forehand gets the push forward. Did he get in? No signal yet. Referees coming in from both sides. Santa Rosa thinks they held him short. No signal still as bodies are being pulled off the pile. And he's short. Forehand did not get there. It's going to be 4th down and goal from just outside the goal line. They've got to be inches away from pay dirt. Staying with the heavy formation, Caleb Morgan, the middle linebacker, in as a fullback. Forehand again. They come up to push him. Still no signal. Gonna pull everybody off yet again. Touchdown. Boy, the referee's really making you earn it.
That's right.
Patience is a virtue, and it pays off for Redwoods. Forehand gets it done on the quarterback sneak. And Redwoods a PAT away from tying this up at 7.
Well, you know Coach White's going to be happy with his offensive line for getting that job done there.
Well, and credit to Caleb Morgan, the middle linebacker, who came in as the fullback. Typically, they've gone with 3 running backs when they go to the wishbone. But I think last week was the first time we saw them have a different guy in at fullback. So Brandon Saylor on to attempt the point after. Good snap. Kick is up right down the middle. So 4:27 to go, second quarter. We are all tied at 7. You're listening to Redwoods Football, ESPN 107.3 FM. Devin Forehand on the quarterback keeper ties us up at 7 with 4:27 to go, second quarter. Again, windy afternoon. It's died down a little bit here at the Redwood Bowl. Rain on and off. The sun is poked out at times.
But the typical Humboldt day.
Exactly. The elements still remain a factor as Cole Newton's kickoff is fielded at the 5. Running over the left side, trying to cut it up. Eli Evans with a good return out near the 40-yard line, and a flag comes flying in. And that might be an illegal block against Santa Rosa. That's going to be all the way back to the spot of the foul. Clifton was the...
After further discussion, there is no foul on the flag. First down, Santa Rosa.
All right, so they're going to wave the flag off. Clifton took a big hit on the return. But with the flag being waved off, Santa Rosa is going to start their own 40-yard line. So great starting field position for the Bear Cubs. McGovern back out there. Williams the back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. CR showing blitz. They bring it off the edge, and they tried to run that way. Morgan stood up Williams as he continues to fight forward. Williams will get credit for 2 tough yards, but Morgan delivered the blow at the line of scrimmage. Caleb Morgan, not a guy you'd want to run into over the right side. 6'2", 240 freshman. He can lay the lumber at that middle linebacker spot. Quick snap, McGovern, throw out to the right side, caught by Keon Moore, fighting forward for extra yardage, going to get across midfield and pick up a Bear Cub first down. Caleb Morgan also not only the size, but he's got the cowboy collar on. Lay him a tribute to your Cowboys, Leighton Vander Esch-esque.
That's right, I missed that guy.
As the Bear Cubs are back on the ball. Snap, McGovern, play action, rolling out, quickly throws it left, bobbled and caught by Jones, but he's spun around, and Morgan again coming to clean up the pile. after a gain of 3. Jordan Jones, the running back who's been playing that wingback position, came across the formation with the play action. It hit him in the hands. He bobbled it several times before spinning and coming up with it, and ultimately picked up 4 yards. Well, I guess it was 3, so 2nd and 7. 3 receivers wide right. McGovern, play action, receiver screen, far side, caught by Randall. Randall moving through traffic, picks up first down yardage and a couple more. So the quick passing game has been effective for the Bear Cubs. They continue to move the chains. Approaching the 2-minute warning, they're going to try and get on the ball and run another play. 3 receivers left, 1 right. McGovern wants everybody to get set. Gets the snap. And the give is to Williams at the middle, runs into his own lineman, bounces it to the outside, one-on-one, continuing to rumble down. Solomona came up to make the tackle, but 15, 16 yards on the carry. As Santa Rosa got the playoff before the 2-minute warning, we are there now. $1:57 to go in the first half, 7-7 with Santa Rosa driving. You're listening to Redwoods Football, ESPN 107.3 FM. Seven to 7, but this has been the best drive Santa Rosa has put together since their first one of the game. That opening drive, they went 61 yards in probably about 7.5 minutes before getting into the end zone. And since then, neither team has really gotten the ball rolling on offense. Finally, Redwoods was able to finish a drive with a quarterback sneak. Forehand, got in for 6 on 4th down from the 1-inch line. We are tied 7-7. Both teams have all their timeouts. 1st and 10 from the 21. McGovern, play action, rolls out, pass completed to the left side. Jones tripped up, falls forward. Just shy of the line to gain, going to get 8 yards. But 2 talented backs in Williams and Jones proved to be effective for the Bear Cubs here early as they continue their drive into the red zone. 2nd and 1, wide snap, handoff Williams. He stood up. Kyler Smith, big defensive tackle, stood up Williams at the line. So it'll be now 3rd down and 1.
Tyler Smith hit from the backfield. No heel. 3rd and 1.
Well, a few times, the first man to the ball carrier has been able to bring him down. Pressure coming, middle for Williams. Has a first down, trying to break it to the outside, and he's going to be tackled at the 10. And clock stops with the first down yardage under 2 minutes. And Santa Rosa has taken a timeout. Bear Cubs take their first timeout with a minute to go before halftime. They'll have 1st and goal on the other side. 30-second timeout. Back shortly, ESPN 107.3 FM. Coming out of the timeout, 1st and goal from the 9. Ball spotted at the right hash. 1 minute to go in the first half, tied at 7. Santa Rosa driving. McGovern in the gun. Takes the snap. Play action. Receiver screen. It's batted up in the air and falls down and hits the turf. But again, Caleb Morgan, he's put his name on this game so far. Playing well defensively, number 52, the middle linebacker, affecting the play once again. McGovern rushed up to that ball when it was in the air, trying to swat at it to bat it to the turf. Bear Cubs now break the huddle with 2 receivers to either side. Williams the back to the right of McGovern. Low snap, handled, throwing, fade, left side wide open, touchdown, Bear Cubs. Keon Moore just ran a fade out of the slot, got a couple of steps on the defender. Had plenty of space. All he had to do was make the catch, did so. So with 49.7, Santa Rosa on top 13-7. PAT pending. Marcus Fenk, the holder. Kick is up. It's short, but good. So with just under 50 seconds to go, we'll take a 30-second timeout. Santa Rosa on top 14-7. You're listening to Redwoods Football, ESPN 107.3 FM. So Reyes and Quentin Buckland back deep to receive. Let's keep an eye on Buckland as a returner. The former quarterback, we know he's got arm strength. Do we see him try to catch it and throw it across the field? We'll see here shortly as Calvillo gets set up for the kickoff. 49.7 and a 7-point lead for the Bear Cubs. It's going to be kicked off to Reyes on the right side. He'll return from his own 5. Buckland to the lead blocker. Reyes cuts it upfield. He's got a lane across the 30. Cuts it back at the 40. Still going. Spun down at the 43-yard line. Took 10 seconds off the clock, so 40.9 to go 56 yards unless you can get it into field goal range. All 3 timeouts for head coach Jason White. The only thing, Liam, a little reservation in the back of my mind is if you throw an interception or you have a turnover, that could swing this the other way. We've seen these games for Redwoods, especially this season, swing drastically in the middle 8 minutes.
That's right. It's a risk, but I say go for it, especially when you're 1-6.
Absolutely. Forehand. Takes the snap. They pump fake the screen. Looking downfield. Forehand. Gonna unleash it over the middle. And he dragged the receiver down. Where's the flag? Reyes was going over the middle. He got hauled down by one hand. Pulajoris, the defensive back in coverage, just tackled him before the ball got there. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Mitchell. That seemed like pretty textbook pass interference.
We've done how many games together, Liam? You know I'm not a homer. I try
No.
not. I mean, I think in my core I am, but I try not to let it, protrude over. That was just flat out a missed call. So 2nd and 10, forehand back to pass. Blitz coming, throws it over the middle again. It's deep and caught. 20, stiff arm, tackled out of bounds. Guess who? Coming up big again, Roma Luster. Luster with a huge catch at Shasta. Flips the field here, went out of bounds at the 13-yard line. 24 seconds to go. Redwoods is primed to get points before the half. It was a double crossing route. Reyes was short. He thought that pass was over the head intended for him, but it was right into the arms of Luster, about 5 yards behind him. Clifton, the running back, shifts to the left side. Forehand, dropping, throwing over the middle, over the head of Reyes, and out the back of the end zone, incomplete. That's a good throw by forehand. If you miss your receiver, it goes out of bounds. Reyes would need to be about 6'5", 6'7" to have a chance at catching that. So still 3 timeouts with 19 seconds to go first half. I don't think there's any reason to put the ball on the ground here, though, as they've been ineffective running it, and it would burn quite a bit of clock. 2 receivers, Luster and Buckland to the right. All-out blitz, forehand, got to get rid of it, throws for Buckland to the end zone, broken up, but a flag comes in. Forehand took a hit at the end, but got that ball out, and Buckland, who's been a sure-handed receiver, especially on 3rd down. That was 2nd and 10 there. But one-on-one man coverage across the board as Santa Rosa brought the house.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 5. That penalty will be assessed pass distance to the goal and an automatic first down.
Kai Dukes, the defensive back, called for the hold. So it was before the ball was thrown. But if you're a defensive back in man coverage, I mean, you got to do everything to stay with the receiver there. Good job by the line to pick that pressure up and give forehand enough time to get the throw off. Luster, Buckland right, Reyes, Dodd to the left. 13.6 seconds. Forehand, back to pass. Stepping up, pocket collapsing, rolling out, escaping to the left. Going to throw for the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Corsairs. Reyes hauls it in. Great play by forehand. Faked it like he was going to run, drew the defender up, dumped it over the top to Reyes, who didn't have to move an inch. Reyes, who set up Redwoods with a great return out to the 43, makes the touchdown catch, and there's no holder on the field with 6 seconds for the PAT. Now Buckland comes racing on. Redwoods did not use a timeout on that drive. They have all 3 left, but they'll have time here on the PAT. High snap, gets it down, kick is up and blocked. It's on the turf and recovered by Redwoods. So the PAT is no good, and Santa Rosa going to remain on top 14-13 with 6 seconds to go here. We'll keep it right here before the half. Again, Liam Warner will have halftime updates from around the 3C2A, as well as some national college scores as well. A busy college football Saturday as always. But Redwoods, something we have not seen for a while, putting up points right before the half. Seems as they've always been on the flip side of that and giving up points. I mean, Sierra is the first one that comes to mind. The long catch and run of about 80 yards after Redwoods went down and scored. They trailed Shasta a week ago 12-0. They were down in the 3rd quarter at one point. It was 18-0. But presumably will be trailing as just a line drive squib kick. Going to be picked up at the 15. Eli Evans trying to go over the left side, tackled and brought down with zeros on the scoreboard. Thinking golf here, Liam. All right, we will go to the half. 14 for Santa Rosa, 13 for Redwoods. We've got a very good game here from the Redwood Bowl. We're going to take a 60-second timeout when we come back. It'll be Mike Herbert of Cal Poly Humboldt going to talk about upcoming Jacks basketball and the tip-off dinner. We'll be back in 60 seconds, ESPN 107.3 FM. Halftime here at the Redwood Bowl, Santa Rosa on top of Redwoods 14-13, joined by Assistant Athletic Director for Cal Poly Humboldt, Mike Herbert. Mike, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad I could make it.
Yeah, and a great game, nonetheless.
It's a great game. This is a fun watch. I mean, Jason does a great job with these guys, and I got to sit down with his wife Maggie watching the first half. It's been very entertaining. That last drive was incredible with what, a minute to go or so, a couple timeouts went all the way down. That was great.
Absolutely, yeah. They set it up with a good kickoff return, but obviously, I mean, we'll talk on the personal side a little bit. You and the Whites have a personal relationship, a friendship.
Yeah.
You know Coach White very well.
Yeah, I know both of them. My wife and Maggie are good friends. Have been friends for a long time with the softball program here, obviously at Humboldt. And Maggie and Jason were nice enough to open their home to us last summer while we were doing some renovations on our place here and let us stay at their place for a couple of weeks. They've been very generous to us and very helpful. So I'm excited to be here to watch him today and hopefully get a W.
Well, you got firsthand experience of, obviously you know them well, but I mean, Coach White's did such an amazing job turning this team around. I mean, year 4, and then you make the jump to the national division. You knew it was going to be tough, but I mean, from your perspective, what's it been like being able to be a part of that and, having that relationship to watch him succeed?
Well, it's been awesome. I mean, I love talking to coaches, just in general. So having that conversation with him about making that decision and why they did this to move up, it was a competitive decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a competitor, and I think it's been fun watching him do that, and it's been great watching him here on our field. I know that they would probably rather be playing at their place, and they probably will at some point, but it's really been nice to be able to host them here in the Redwood Bowl.
Well, the booth's great for us. I mean, a little biased from my perspective, but with the weather, of course, when we go on the road, you never know. So I knew going into the rain today.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your role with Cal Poly Humboldt. I think this is
start of year 2.
Start of year 2 for you up there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got, as a former basketball coach, I mean, you coached with Woody up here at GA. I mean, the roots run deep here at Humboldt for you.
Yes, we are very happy to be back here. The community has been incredible. My position has, really, as a community, working on community partnerships has really forced me back right into the community. And everybody has been incredibly nice and open arms. So it's been really nice to be back, and kind of fully engage with Humboldt County again.
Well, it's been great working with you. I mean, obviously doing the basketball games we see all the time. It's been great. So, I mean, we're right around the corner, though, from basketball season. So we've got a couple of things coming up, namely the tip-off dinner a week ago. I mean, if you want to share a little bit about that, I think it's a great opportunity for fans and, like you were saying, the community to get to connect with this Jacks team and a new coach, DJ Broom, in his first.
That's right. Well, we always know it's basketball season because it starts to rain. You start to get indoors, right? So tip-off dinner is Saturday, November 1st, next weekend, Baywood, 5 o'clock. But the cool thing that day is we are going to have 2 scrimmages. The women's basketball team scrimmages at noon, and then the men's alumni. And DJ's been working on this. I think he's got enough guys that we're going to have an alumni basketball game at 2 o'clock. I don't know how long we'll go. I don't know if we'll go 40 minutes or not, but the goal is to have the alumni running around back in the arena. So we're really excited about that.
So, and for the alumni game, is that just open to the public?
It's open to the public. Yep. The whole day will be open to the public. They play today against Santa Rosa Junior College at 5, and they're just exhibition games, so anybody can come. No tickets needed.
Well, that'll be a lot of fun. And then for the fall sports, women's soccer, I mean, Coach Landy's done an impressive job with that team. It was a tough defeat. Their first home, but they had 6 straight with a shutout.
Yep.
I mean, didn't allow a goal their first 6 conference games. They've been fun to watch this year.
Yeah, they took the number 3 team in the country yesterday to a tie, 2-2 tie, and I believe the 2 goals they gave up were on penalty kicks. So, just those small little things here and there, but he has got them going. They're playing really great. It's been fun watching them.
That's been a fun watch. So again, just to recap, I mean, appreciate your time here.
Yeah.
But yeah, tip-off dinner.
Tip-off dinner, Saturday, November 1st. You can get tickets at HumboldtAthletics.com. They'll take you right to the page and the link, and you can register and sign up. Baywood has been doing a really good job with the food. I think we got some tri-tip and salmon again, I think.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It sounds really good. So it'll be 5 o'clock at Baywood, cocktail hour, and the teams will all be there. All the players will be there.
Fantastic.
Coaches will be there. So come and meet and greet, say hello, and come out and start supporting basketball.
So then what about those fans who are looking for either season tickets or regular game tickets? How would they go about getting those for exciting time?
Yeah, online. You can purchase tickets online. Same thing, HumboldtAthletics.com. You can find the ticket link and you can purchase those. If you want season tickets, you can just reach out to me. You can email me. My email is mjh43@humboldt.edu. If people want to reach out to me, I'll help them with season tickets. Or if you got any corporate sponsors out there who want to buy a sign or get some season tickets, we'll take care of them as well.
Well, exciting times ahead. Again, former player, beloved by the community. I know one of Liam's favorite players, DJ Broom, coming back, going to be on the sideline. So exciting times ahead for Humboldt basketball.
Yeah, both teams look great right now. It's been fun watching both of them practice, and Bento Jackson's got the women rolling, and some of those guys, you're gonna want to come out and watch Shaq. We got this big 6'11" guy who's 295. He is fun to watch, and he can move and he can play. It's going to be fun.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll take another minute timeout. We come back. Liam Warner will have your updates. Score at the half: Santa Rosa 14, Redwoods 13. Dr. Herbert, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Redwood Bowl here on the beautiful campus of Cal Poly Humboldt. It is halftime. Your score at the half, it is Santa Rosa 14, College of the Redwoods 13. Big thanks to Mitchell Mongi for that last-minute interview with Cal Poly Humboldt. Mike Herbert, always very exciting when we're getting to basketball season. Let's take you through how we got to this point here at the Redwood Bowl. Started off with a Santa Rosa touchdown QB rush, giving them a 7-0 lead. That would be it for the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, CR responding with a touchdown of their own. It would be Devin Forehand, QB sneak right into the end zone, tying it up 7-7. Santa Rosa near the end of the half with a passing touchdown, making it 14-7. But then Redwoods would drive it right down the field, getting a big touchdown to Saul Reyes from Devin Forehand. Unfortunately, though, for Redwoods, the PAT was blocked, and then that would make it 14-13 at the half here as we stand. We'll take a 3-minute break, and then after that, some scores from around the 3C2A and around the country. You're listening to Redwoods Football, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back again to the Redwood Bowl. Again, it is halftime. About 8 minutes left to go here in the halftime break. Your score at the half is Santa Rosa 14, College of Redwoods 13. Of course, got the PAT blocked late in the first half. That is why they are down by a point as we stand at halftime. Let's take you through some scores from around the 3C2A, give you some scores from around the Northern California section. Let's see here. We have second quarter, 2 minutes left to go. San Mateo leading San Francisco by a score of 6-0. And then end of the first quarter, San Joaquin Delta leading Siskiyous by a score of 7-0 as well. Then at the half, game between a team that Redwoods has seen already versus a team that they will see later. Butte leading Shasta by a score of 14-10 at halftime. Second quarter, 2-minute warning. De Anza leading Coalinga by a score of 21-14 at halftime. Whoa. Feather River leading Contra Costa by a score of 49-6. Again, that is a halftime score. And end of the first quarter, Reedley and Sequoias, they are scoreless. Halftime, American River leading Sierra by a score of 14-3. Redwoods will see American River, their final game of the season. The 1 o'clock kickoff, no reported score between Monterey Peninsula and Fresno City. At the half, Modesto leading Sacramento City by a score of 19-3. Los Medanos leading Chabot by a score of 25-3, just getting to halftime there. And then looking for some NorCal scores that are kicking off in the evening. Gavilan will take on Cabrillo at 6 p.m. Hartnell and Merced will face off at 6 p.m. as well. And then that concludes it for the 3C2A scores. Let's take it to some scores from around the country. Top 25 college football. Right now we have number 4 Alabama leading South Carolina by a score of 14-6. That game getting to halftime. At the half, low-scoring game between number 15 Missouri and number 10 Vanderbilt. That game is tied at 3. Possible upset in Iowa. Iowa State leading number 11 BYU by a score of 24-17 at the half. Another possible upset in Seattle. Washington leading number 23 Illinois by a score of 21-17. 12:44 left to go in the second quarter. Number 14 Texas Tech leading Oklahoma State by a score of 21-0. Number 21 Cincinnati up 24-0 over Baylor, just getting to halftime. Number 22 Texas leading Mississippi State by a score of 14-7. Then some games kicking off later. 4 o'clock in Eugene, number 6 Oregon will take on Wisconsin. Also at 4, number 9 Miami will host Stanford. 4:30, number 3 Texas A&M will take on number 20 LSU on ABC. Number 19 Louisville will take on Boston College at 4:30. Also at 4:30, Michigan and Michigan State will face off. Number 25 Michigan against unranked Michigan State. That game on NBC. 4:45, number 17 Tennessee will take on Kentucky. Number 24 Arizona State will take on Houston at 5. And some top 25 scores that have gone final. Number 2 Indiana, big win over UCLA, 56-6. Number 7 Georgia Tech beating Syracuse by a score of 41-16. And number 8 Ole Miss in a big game this morning, beating number 13 Oklahoma by a score of 34-26. Number 16 Virginia beating North Carolina 17-16 in overtime. And then an upset, Memphis beating number 18 South Florida by a score of 34-31. That concludes the football scores, at least nationally, around college football for today. If you are into baseball, of course, Game 1 of the World Series last night, and a lot of baseball fans here in Northern California were very happy with the score of Game 1. The Blue Jays beating the Dodgers by a score of 11-4. Game 2 of the World Series will be tonight with Toronto leading 1-0. That game will be at 5 on Fox, Game 2 of the World Series. Be back in 3 minutes. Mitchell Manji will have your third quarter call. You're listening to Redwoods Football, ESPN 107.3 FM.
Just about set for second half action. Santa Rosa on top of Redwoods, 14-13 coming out of the half. A big thank you to Mike Herbert, Assistant Athletic Director for Cal Poly Humboldt. Again, the Jacks tip-off dinner a week ago tonight. So if you're not headed to Oroville next weekend and staying home, there's sounds like good food, an opportunity to get to meet the Lumberjacks basketball teams for the upcoming season a week from tonight over at Baywood Golf and Country Club.
Well, I'm sad we're missing out on that, Mitchell.
I know. We're going to go to Tour Scenic Oroville as Redwoods will go take on Butte in 1 week, but we've still got a half of football to play here from the Redwood Bowl, a 1-point game. Santa Rosa will get the football to start the second half. Eli Evans has had some good returns. Cole Newton getting set to kick the ball away. Ready to get things started in this second half. Newton with the line drive kick. And he kicks away from Evans towards Scott. And the return cutting it up, breaking a couple tackles across the 30, and an ankle tackle brought down Kai Dukes, the other return man. Makes it all the way out to the 40-yard line. So good kickoff return. Great field position. Start things off. So here comes Bobby McGovern. Montgomery High School, Santa Rosa product. Leads his offense out onto the field. Standing at his own 35 in the shotgun, gets the snap. It's a handoff to Zion Williams running over the right side. Williams somehow stays on his feet, keeps churning forward. And a pile up right at the 45 finally. Whistles come in and blow that play dead, but it looked like it was going to be a 1 or 2 yard gain. Somehow Williams weaseled his way out of the pile and turned forward for a couple more. He was slow getting up off the ground there, but appears to be all right as second down and 5, starting the third quarter, 14-13. Santa Rosa on top. Line to gains midfield at the 50. Williams the back to McGovern's left. McGovern takes the snap, gives it to Zion Williams over the right side, and he is stopped. Kyler Smith, as well as Freeoff getting in there. No running room on the right side. Kyler Smith gets a little talking to from the referee after a big finish to the end of that play. Probably a warning so he doesn't get a personal foul call. After the spot, it's about a 1 yard gain. So officially it will be third down and 4. First drive to start the third quarter. Redwoods defensive backs walking up to the line. They bring 5. McGovern throwing left side. Bobbled and caught. Joseph Campbell, the 6'4 receiver, a big target over the left side, hauls it in at the 45. And chains move. First down for the Bear Cubs. Doesn't take much when you get a kickoff return out to the 40 to get on the other side of the field, just one first down. Ball spotted at the plus 45. Snap, and it's a give to Jones, the ball carrier. Jones cutting it back. He's got a lane over the left side. Down the sideline, 20, 15, forced out of bounds. Big cutback lane for Jordan Jones, the freshman back. Ripped off a chunk play down to the 16-yard line. Remember, Santa Rosa scored with about a minute left before the first half. Redwoods drove the length of the field, put a touchdown in the end zone, but had the PAT blocked. So 1st and 10 from the 16, McGovern. The snap, the give, left side, and tackle for a loss. No running room there. Levi Walker making the tackle. Masi Rabukawaga, also from Montgomery High School, with the carry. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. Jones in there, the running back to the left, 2 receivers either side. McGovern gets the snap, looking left, pumps, throws, short, incomplete. Was looking for Eli Evans on a comeback route. Good coverage from Redwoods. Going to force 3rd down and 11. So we've seen the PATs have been fairly short and barely gotten in on a couple occasions. So I don't think there's going to be a ton of confidence in the kicking game for the Bear Cubs. So see if they play conservatively and are playing for 4th down and go short here if they want to try and get it all. 3 receivers split wide right. Snap to McGovern. He's looking left, coming back to the right, making a deep throw for the end zone. Incomplete. Had a man, Javon Scott, on the corner route, but overthrew him. Brings up 4th down and 11. Field goal team coming on. We'll see. Officially, it's going to be a 34-yarder. Ball spotted left hash. Anthony Calvillo has not gotten a lot of leg on the PATs. High snap, gets it down, gets it up, and it's barely going to get in. Just made it over the crossbar on the left side. In the words of the great J.B. Mathers, no pictures on the scorecard. It all counts the same. Santa Rosa puts a field goal on the board. They lead at 17-13. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back momentarily on ESPN 107.3 FM. So with the missed PAT for Redwoods before the half, it's a 4-point lead, 17-13. Santa Rosa on top. Division full of S teams. You got Shasta, Sierra, Santa Rosa, and keep intertwining them as high, short kick left side. It's going to bounce at the 17, picked up by Reyes. Tries to cut it back to the left, and he didn't have any room to go. Brought down short of the 20. Reyes was so deep, he let that ball bounce, and oh no, he gets up limping. Once their slot receiver, Reyes, has a touchdown already on the game, as he was initially just getting helped off. But then Dascom just picked him up and carried him almost to the sideline before he's met by running back coach Tyler Haskell, as well as the trainer, and very gingerly Reyes now on the sideline. So
yeah, that would be awful if that turns out to be serious, because the receiving core has been really, really good this season and highlighted the offense.
empty formation, 2 receivers right, 3 left. 5-man rush, quick throw out to the left and can't be hauled in. Looking for Jake Soderquist, a redshirt freshman receiver from Clear Lake High School. Pass goes incomplete, 2nd and 10. It was a great play call against the blitz, getting the ball out quickly. But unfortunately, a little short for Soderquist. It would have been a tough catch, but still one you probably got to make. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Snap for forehand. 4-man rush. Good pocket. Throws deflected over the middle. Caden Homan, the linebacker, got a hand on it. And quickly, Redwood staring down a third down and long. Third down has not been a strong point of Redwood so far this season. They have converted a 3rd and 11. Forehand, back to pass. Nowhere to go, trying to escape. Somehow he stayed on his feet. He lost the football momentarily, picked it back up, throwing deep down the left side and bobbled and caught. Unbelievable. Todd hauled it in. What looked to be a broken play about 5 different times ends up being a massive, explosive play down to the plus 40. Wow.
That's really, where you've seen Devin Forehand flourish is those broken plays where everything seems to be lost, and then he just magically makes the play down the field. He's been really good at those.
Well, he was almost sacked twice. He spun out of it both times. One time he lost the football. You saw the beanbags flying from the referees. He somehow continued to roll out to his left. He flipped his hips and unloaded it. And Dodd, to his credit, bobbled it and secured it on the rebound. So 1st and 10 at the 40. And the handoff is to Clifton. He got drilled in the backfield, loss of 1. As the ground game continues to struggle for CR. What a play, though, to keep this drive alive. Not only did he do that miraculous escape, but it was 3rd down.
Yeah.
I mean, you're punting almost from your own end zone if you don't convert that.
Yeah, just an unbelievable play. And Duron Dodd, I mean, he's been a playmaker all season. The ability to just keep the concentration on the football and be able to make that catch, that was unbelievable.
2nd down and 10, line to gains the 30. CR in Santa Rosa territory. They're going to throw a receiver screen, and Soderquist dropped it again. This one hit him right in the chest. That was right on target, maybe a little bit towards one of the shoulders, but Soderquist flipped his eyes upfield before securing the football. And there was a defender in the area as well, so luckily that didn't ricochet into a Bear Cub player's hands. Soderquist now checks off to ask him the tight end back in for another 3rd and 10. Rommel Luster's in for the injured Reyes. He's going to shift over the formation now to the right side. Tight bunch. Play clock running down. And play action to Clifton. Forehand rolling out to his right. Eyes downfield. Going to tuck it and run. Puts his shoulder down. Breaks a tackle and gets the 1st down. Devin Forehand looked to be about 4 yards short. Delivered the blow to Dukes, the defensive back, and kept driving forward and somehow got the 1st down. So 2 plays by Devin Forehand. He's single-handedly kept this drive alive.
Yeah, he's a definition of a gutsy quarterback. I mean, Coach White mentioned it before the game. I mean, he puts his body on the line. I'm sure it'll make the coaches cringe a little bit sometimes, but you don't want him to get hurt out there. But unbelievable.
Another 1st down after Forehand helps convert the 3rd and 10, and no running room for Clifton. Absolutely 0. 3 white jerseys swallow him up in the backfield. Another net negative on the ground. And look who's coming back in. Reyes back onto the field, the starting receiver. He could put almost no weight. And it looked like to be, I believe, his left ankle, or just speculating here, but he's back out there in the slot wide left. 2nd down and 10. Forehand, play action. Looking to throw. Feels the pocket collapsing. Escapes out to the right. Going to tuck it and run up the sideline. Cutting back to the left. Forehand across the 20. And dragged down at the 18. But picks up 12. And a flag comes in late. I think that was another face mask. So 12 yards, and they might get some more at the end of it. But this has been Devin Forehand's drive. A huge assist from Duron Dodd on the catch. But Forehand keeps making plays, and This was reinforcing Coach White's decision to make him the starter.
Yeah, well, it reminds me of the second half of the Shasta game. I mean, Forehand just took it upon himself and put his body on the line, like I said, and just moves the ball down the field.
So it is a targeting call against the Bear Cubs. Kyron Jackson Davis, number 6, the defensive back from Fairfield, has been disqualified for his hit on forehand.
Of course, at the FBS college football level, there's a replay component that will review the targeting. Of course, that is not the case here, so that call will stand.
So disqualification in half the distance is going to set up Redwoods with a first down and goal from the 9-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Clifton remains in as the back. Forehand gets the snap. Blitz coming off the right side. He throws it to the right, looking for Buckland, too high and out the end zone. And Forehand took another hit at the end of that play. Pressure in his face. Soa Tufele, one of the linemen who got there. Second down and goal. 7.5 to go, third quarter. Santa Rosa leading Redwoods 17-13, but with second down and goal, an opportunity for Redwoods to take their first lead of the game. They have been tied 0-0. They were tied 7-7, have not led today. Forehand, pistol, play action, right on him. He's got to escape the other direction. Forehand, in trouble, evades another defender. Looking, and wisely just throws it incomplete, out of bounds. He's so twitchy, so evasive back there that to anybody else who would be dead in the water for a sack, Forehand is able to spin out of it and throw an incompletion.
Well, I think in all of our time covering CR football, I've never seen a quarterback as good at evading pressure as Devin Forehand.
Well, he's not the biggest guy, listed at just 5'10". Played his high school ball at Kennedy Catholic up in Seattle. As he takes the snap on third down, throw to Buckland, right side, touchdown Corsairs. Excellent play call. Execution was flawless. Redwoods takes the lead, 19-17. They'll try to get the point after to make it a 3-point lead. They did have one blocked at the end of the first half. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them down the road. As for now, a 2-point game with the opportunity to make it 3. Buckland the holder. Kick is up. And it's good. Redwoods leads for the first time this afternoon, 20-17. You're listening to exciting Redwoods football on ESPN 107.3 FM. First lead of the game, 20-17 with 7:23 to go, third quarter. Redwoods with Cole Newton going to kick it away after Forehand's pass was caught by Quentin Buckland for the touchdown. Evans fields it at his own 10. Another great lane, good return, brought down at the 36-yard line. Forehand now with 10 passing touchdowns on the season. Came into the game completing 57% of his passes, just eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark for this season. It's also second in the division in passing touchdowns, trailing only the quarterback for Butte, who had 11. First and 10. Give to Williams, right side, trying to get the edge. He's got it at the 40, still going, and driven out of bounds. Close to the sticks. Victory Oricanu, Christian Solomona there, but a penalty marker is down back at the 40. And the way that Santa Rosa's offense continues to walk backwards, I think it's against them.
Holding, offense number 14. 10-yard penalty on the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
So it's a spot foul penalty with the holding call. So it's 5 yards downfield, so it will be first down and 15. Ball's brought back to the 30-yard line. Two receivers to each side. Williams remains in as the back. McGovern toes at the 25, takes the snap, quick hitter throw, far side, pass is caught and driven backwards. Tackle made right away. Chaz Scott, the defensive back, making the stop. So that'll get him back to the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 10 after the gain of 5 on the reception. Santa Rosa working right to left. McGovern, the snap, play action, rolling out. Looking downfield, going to throw towards the sideline and just airs it out into some CR recruits. Incomplete brings up third down and 10. Set it off earlier. Maybe they just needed to get the monkey off their back with that first win. We're seeing a different Redwoods team here today. They have not lost their composure. You felt the momentum swing at moments in Santa Rosa's favor, but it has not felt out of control as it did during that 6-game snide.
Yeah, this team just needed the confidence that they could get it done, and they got it done last week, and things are looking pretty good here. We'll see.
See if they can double down, put their money where their mouth is. On third down, the money down. Three-man rush, throwing out of the backfield to the left. Pass is caught by Scott, and he's brought down in the open field with an ankle tackle. Huge play there. Isaiah Tongaloa making the stop, and it's going to force the Bear Cubs to punt. Quick punt, snap, and it's away and a good one. And it's muffed on the ground, and it's going to be, yeah, that's going to be fair catch interference. I was confused why Dominic Connett would try to catch that punt. Daquan Dunn with the recovery, but a flag came in. Liam, I didn't see the fair catch signal, but it would be it'd be a very ill-advised play if he didn't call for it with a Bear Cub barreling down the field right at him.
I was thinking the same exact thing. That's why I was confused.
Would not want to run into a Bear Cub on the hiking trails of Humboldt, nor would I want to see one sprinting down the field at me on a kickoff coverage.
That's right.
So that is the call. That'll help the field position 15 yards. And Redwoods will take over at their own 43. Ball at the right hash, leading by 3 with 5:29 to go, third quarter. Thank you to North Fork Lumber and Game On for sponsoring College of the Redwoods football. An exciting matchup here today. Offense back out on the field with a 3-point lead. Forehand, the snap, the give, right side, stiff arm for Grant, falls forward, maybe 3 or 4 on the carry. That's really 3 or 4 is great yardage for the CR ground game, the way that they've run the football. Puts him out to the 47-yard line. Three receivers left. Buckland, the lone man right. Snap to forehand. Four-man rush. Good pocket. Got creamed as he threw it and unleashed it down the field. Nearly intercepted. Forehand was looking for Dodd, and he took a massive shot. He is still keeled over. Most likely trying to catch his breath after getting absolutely crushed as he released that football. Forehand has taken some licks today. The biggest one yet on that last play. That was a bigger hit than the targeting call. And it was clean, too. So third down, line to gain is the other 47. They throw a receiver screen to Dodd, and he dropped it. He had blockers in front of him, room to run, and Dodd couldn't haul it in. Flipped his eyes to see the field before making the catch, and it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down, and the punt team is on. So after getting the stop, Redwoods doesn't have the right personnel on the field. They're signaling to the sideline. Somebody's missing out there. And eventually Clifton jogs on. Again, we have no play clock out on the field. We're looking on hand signals from the referees. Plenty of time still as Newton gets the punt away. Spiraling kick is going to be fielded back at the 12. Makes the first man miss. And trying to turn the corner to the left is Scott. Scott across the 20-25. Flag comes in. He steps out at the 28-yard line. But this is likely going to go against Santa Rosa. Man, I'm stuck on Shasta. Got a penalty marker at the far side as well. And back at the line of scrimmage. I would surmise it would be that CR lined up incorrectly.
We have 2 plays, one on each team. Illegal formation 5 times in the backfield. Offense. During the return, holding. Number 34 of the return team. Those penalties offset. Repeat fourth down.
So we will replay fourth down. CR was lined up incorrectly and a hold on the return. So Newton and the punt team heads back out onto the field to kick it away again. So it's fourth down and 7. Newton on to kick it away again. 9 men on the line of scrimmage for Santa Rosa. They bring the pressure. Newton gets it away. Another spiral. Fair catch is called for and made by Scott at his own 14-yard line. So ends up being a 15-yard swing in Redwood's favor. And the defense will head back out onto the field with a 20-17 lead, 4:25 to go, third quarter. An exciting matchup here today, Liam.
Yeah, it's been a great game.
And here the wind's starting to pick up. We're trying to monitor that on our end as it had been blowing left to right. They don't have the little, I don't know if there's a specific name, but those neon orange flags that they have at the top of the goalpost are not out today. So tough to tell the exact direction of the wind as the trees continue to rock surrounding the field. McGovern to pass, throwing down the left side, incomplete. Several yards in front of his intended target, Evans. Second down and 10. Outside of the 2 scoring drives, 2 touchdown drives for Santa Rosa, haven't put a lot together. They've been effective running the ball with Zion Williams, but knock on wood, Redwood's defense is yet to get burned big. They gave up a chunk rush to Jordan Jones, but outside of that, they've stood strong. Second and 10 now. Blitz coming. The give is to Williams, trying to cut it back, and little running room there. Caden Wilkinson comes up and makes the stop. 3rd down and long. Maybe they'll give him credit for a yard. Kyler Smith is fired up on the defensive line. 3rd down and 9. Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. Three receivers split right. Evans the lone man left. Snap to McGovern. The play action. Looking downfield. Throwing incomplete. Too far in front of Javon Scott. Coming out of the slot. Santa Rosa goes 3 and out, and Coach DeMero Wheeler's defense picking it up here in game number 8. Conant on to return. Again, quickly lining up in a quick punt. Conant returns it at the plus 45. He's dragged down by the back of his jersey, and a flag comes out. It'll be a horse collar. So that punt, not only from the end zone, did not make it over the 50. The return goes down to the 38. They'll get 15 more on top of it. So Redwoods will be set up 3 yards outside the red zone after that punt.
It was a really egregious horse collar, and it happened right in front of us. So
a net field position gain, Liam, of 10 yards. Chains are barely going to even have to move. In fact, they should just move the down marker to the other side. We get the call from the referee. Ball should be spotted at the 23-yard line. The end of the return was the 38. You got a 15-yard horse collar. Oh, they're going to call it from the 44, or 39. All right, now we walk it down. So officially the spot will be the 24. So 11-yard is the field position change after the punt and the horse collar penalty. Forehand, back out, play action, rolling to his left, flips his hips, throws it underneath, completed by Daskin, breaks one tackle, puts his shoulder down, and is dropped at the 20. Almost escaped another Santa Rosa defender. Gain of 4. Forehand, an excellent job to get rid of that ball early in the face of pressure. 2nd down and 6. Clock winds under 3 minutes, 3rd quarter. Redwoods with a 20-17 lead, looking to tack on more. Tight bunch right, Dodd split left, close side of the field. They send Grant in motion, wide right out to the numbers. Forehand, the snap, throw, catch through the hands of Dodd. And he's looking down at his hands as if they would have a hole in them. Couple of uncharacteristic drops for the redshirt freshman receiver from Chandler, Arizona. 3rd down and 6. Sailor's got plenty of leg. Would be about a 35-yard field goal from the spot. Clock stops 2:33. 3 receivers right, Dodd alone left. Needs 6 yards. Forehand, back to pass. Pressure coming, trying to escape. Rolling, looking, throwing deep and out of bounds. Through the hands of St. Bernard's head coach Matt Tomlin, standing on the far sideline. All the way over on the track as field goal team will come on now to try and extend the lead. The missed, or should I say blocked, PAT continuing to loom large. Officially going to be a 37-yarder for Sailor. Buckland the holder. Ball at the left hash. Kick from Sailor, plenty of leg, and right down the middle. So Sailor tacks on 3 more, 2:19 to go, third quarter. Redwoods leads 23-17. You're listening to Redwoods football, ESPN 107.3 FM. Cole Newton out to handle the kickoff duties. 2:19 to go, third quarter. Redwoods leading by 6, 23-17. Kick is caught by Dukes at his own 7. Dukes looking for a lane, cuts it back at the 25, gets upfield 30, and escaping to the right. He's got field to run. A flag's flying. Dukes still running, cutting it back at the 30, and he's going to be dropped deep in Redwood's territory. But this one is going to come way back as 2 separate flags came flying in. And in the vicinity of the flag, some crumpled Redwoods kickoff coverage men laying on the turf. All 3 pop up and walk off fine under their own power, but the referees will confer after what was a huge return by Dukes, likely coming way back. One flag was back at the 27, another one at the 35.
Holding. Return team. And now penalty from the spot of the hot ball. First down to Santa Rosa.
So a holding call goes against Santa Rosa. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Where they would have started deep in Redwood's territory, they're going to start back at their own 25 after the penalty. McGovern and the offense back out onto the field. Our defense sets up 4 down linemen. They shift the wingback Jones to the left side. Blitz coming. Give to Williams. Evades the blitzer. Going to the right side. Took a big hit. Kept going. And he's going to pick up 5. Victor Oricano hit him in the backfield but didn't wrap up. And Williams, a big bruising back, 6'2", 206, just bounced right off of him and ended up picking up 6 yards. Got to wrap up. 2nd and 4. McGovern shifts Williams to his right. Takes the snap and flags fly and the play's blown dead. I believe we had movement on the offensive side. Just a split second before that ball was snapped, and we did.
Full start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
So the 5-yard penalty will back Santa Rosa up. Turns into 2nd down and 9. Approaching a minute to go, third quarter. 3 receivers right to the short side of the field. McGovern takes the snap, quickly gives it to Williams. He's dropped in the backfield. A huge tackle for loss. Tackle made by Dominic Kofi. The St. Bernard's product with his coach watching on the far sideline makes the big hit. Santa Rosa going to be behind the sticks now, 3rd and 12. Three down linemen for Redwoods. McGovern standing at his own 17. Takes the snap, dropping back, throwing, rolling out to the left and throwing and intercepted. Christian picked it off. Marvis Christian jumped the route underneath Eli Evans and came away with a one-handed interception. He pinged it against his body, and Redwoods takes over with great starting field position yet again at the Santa Rosa 34 with 29 seconds in the third quarter, leading by 6. Liam, this is a completely different ball club we're seeing here today. The 1-point win after trailing by 18 at Shasta. They have flipped the script since then, and they're starting to put it together here late in the season. They are not playing like a team that's 1-6 here today. Forehand back out, play action, pressure coming, quickly gets rid of it, caught by Reyes, far side, turns it upfield, runs over a defender at the 20, brought down at the 18. 17 yards on the first down throw. Redwoods can take it to the quarter, and they will, with a ton of momentum in their favor. Coming off the interception, the big catch by Reyes. On the flip side, going into the fourth, Redwoods will have 1st and 10 at the Santa Rosa 18-yard line. You are listening to riveting Redwoods football on ESPN 107.3 FM. College of the Redwoods up 23-17 as we head to the fourth quarter, and they are driving at the Santa Rosa 18-yard line. Going to switch ends of the field at this time. We'd like to thank our sponsors, North Fork Lumber and Game On, exclusive sponsors of College of the Redwoods football. Also would like to thank J&G Lawn and Garden, Harper Motors, and your local Mo-Man. Forehand gets the snap out of the quarter and nearly intercepted, deflected. Peeling off was the defensive lineman, Soa Tufele, sinking into coverage at linebacker depth. Confusing for forehand and batted that ball down. Had Tufele been a step behind, likely would have had his receiver over the middle for a touchdown, but a big play there. Pass falls incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Clifton the back to the right of forehand. 3 receivers right to the wide side of the field. The give to Clifton. Big hole up the middle. Cuts it across at the 10. Still fighting forward. Pile being pushed at the 5 and crashes down inside at the 3. Finally, Redwoods getting some momentum on the ground. The offensive line flexing, and they should be proud. A big push there. A wide hole and plenty of room to run. 23-17, Redwoods on top, 14.5 to go in the fourth, and the ball spotted at the 3-yard line left hash. Wishbone formation. Morgan the fullback. Forehand under center, fakes the toss. He's going to keep it rolling out to his left, looking at the end zone. He's going to tuck it and run. He hurdles. Did he get in? No. Would have been an electric play. Still was. But forehand tried to get in the elevator to get in the end zone. Ended up being dumped out of bounds just inches short. After almost running exclusively up the middle out of the wishbone formation, Coach Jason White has delved into some different play calls out of that package. They stay wishbone, forehand under center. This time they do. Toss it right to Clifton. Picks up a block from Morgan and coasts in for 6. Touchdown, Corsairs. Caleb Morgan, middle linebacker. He's had a huge play defensively. Picks up a big block there. Redwoods. Liam, a double-digit lead.
Unbelievable. Not used to this, Mitchell.
Not this season, at least. Redwoods up by 12 is going to leave the offense on the field to try and go for 2. And we have a timeout called for, I believe, an injured player. Yes, we do. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the PAT upcoming. Redwoods is going to try to extend it to 14 here on ESPN 107.3 FM. So Clifton was down. He's going to walk off under his own power. Gives a thumbs up to the sideline. Looks to be all right. The offense goes back out. Again, the wishbone formation. With Clifton out, Grant is the back. Play action. Throwing right side. Uncovered. 2-point conversion is good. Catch was made by Luke Freoff. 2-point conversion is good. Redwoods leads it 31-17, a 14-point advantage for the home team. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Back momentarily on ESPN 107.3 FM. Liam, a 2-touchdown lead for Redwoods here in the fourth quarter. 14:03 to go, a 31-17 advantage. Redwoods looks like they're just having fun playing, something we have not seen for a long time. Coach Jason White with a smile and some words for Marvis Christian, who came away with the interception to set it up as that kickoff is fielded and breaking free at the 35, upended and tackled at the 37. Another good return from Eli Evans. Santa Rosa has had some good kickoff returns. They have advantageous field position yet again. Ball spotted in between the 37 and 38 left hash. Santa Rosa working left to right. Sends their offense back out onto the field. 13:54 fourth quarter, down 2 touchdowns. Definitely far from over. Redwood's going to need to keep their foot on the gas. McGovern takes the snap, looking, throws quickly right behind his receiver, but caught by Randall, who's driven backwards. Now Randall escapes. Across at the 50, Randall breaks free the 30. 20, 15, dragged down by Christian, but was a big hit on the catch by Randall. He spun out of it and turns it into a chunk play, and just like that, Santa Rosa has flipped the field. They're going to have first down and 10 at the 12. McGovern in the gun gets the snap. Give to Williams over the right side, trying to turn the corner, and gets tackled out of bounds. Took a big hit right at the end before he had gone out. Reg delivered the blow, and Williams ended up crashing down on the lane number 1 of the turf. He popped up and is all right, but it's going to be second down from the 6 after that good first down run. 2 receivers left. Eli Evans, the lone man right. McGovern Gets the snap, the give, right side again for Zion Williams, and he's dragged down. Solomona had him by the ankles. Williams lost his helmet, so will have to come out for a play. But he picks up what should be first down yardage, and it is. So first down and goal now from the 2. Williams is going to exit. 12:50 to go. All the momentum in Redwood's favor, but Sean Randall, breaking a tackle, making a big play, setting up Santa Rosa. McGovern, the snap, throws a fade route right side for Evans. Bobbled, but he would have been out of bounds if he caught it anyways. So tried to throw the fade route, and quickly, Williams comes right back in. Would not be surprised to see them give it to Zion Williams here. 3 receivers split right. McGovern the snap. It is for Williams up the middle, and he's tackled at the 1. Did the ball come out? It did. Guess who's got it? Redwoods. No official signal yet. They're going to see if Williams was down. I think he was far from down. Reg in there with the officials pleading the case. Still no signal. And they're going to say down by contact. So new life for Santa Rosa after Williams put the ball on the turf. McGovern in the snap from the 1, throws left side, caught, walking in, touchdown, but this is going to be OPI. They ran a rub route on the far side, pinned the Redwoods defender. Javon Scott caught it and walked in for the touchdown. They ran the slot receiver out to the flat, and he just drilled the cornerback. McGovern signaling for a touchdown, and he's not going to get it. This is going to be a 10-yard penalty against the offense. So the official will mark. And it is actually a 15-yarder. Redwood's going to run some extra defensive backs onto the field. Jameson Martin and Isaiah Tungaloa. Victory Oricano comes off along with Kofi. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 16. 3 receivers right, wide side of the field. McGovern gets the snap, looks left, pumps, pressure coming, stepping up, throws, and it's batted by Morgan. Caleb Morgan, have an afternoon, young man. Put the pressure on Morgan, got his hands in the air, and batted that football down. Santa Rosa going to go for it here on 4th and goal from the 16. 12:05 to go on the game clock. Redwoods with a 31-17 advantage. Three receivers split wide right. Snap to McGovern. Pumps, throws, looking for the end zone, and intercepted. Picked off in the end zone by Tate Snyder. The freshman from North Medford High School with the interception, and ends up being about a 4-yard advantage in field position. And another interception. McGovern picked off for the second time today. Redwoods thought they had a turnover on the fumble at the goal line. Instead, get an interception in the end zone on 4th, and they take over. Offense back out onto the field with a 2-touchdown lead here. 11:58 to go in the 4th. Liam, what an impressive ball game by this Redwoods team.
Unbelievable. Like you said, they're playing like they're having fun. They're playing like they have that weight of trying to get the first win lifted off their shoulders after that win last week.
They're playing loose. They're just playing ball right now. Forehand, who's taken some licks in this game, standing tough. He's back out there in the pistol. Hard count off sides. Play action, and this one's going to be blown dead.
Offside. Defense number 32. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Tufele jumped into the neutral zone, and so it'll be a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 5 now. Ball moved out to the 25. But Devin Forehand, what a job he's done. Started the year as a 3rd-string quarterback. He's come out. He's definitely taken his licks throughout the season, received some criticism as well. Throwing to the far side, caught by Meadows, needed 5, got 6 first down. But Forehand has been such an impressive young man, standing in the face of pressure, escaping on a lot of, broken plays, where multiple times throughout the course of the year, including today, he's looked completely dead to rights in the backfield, somehow uses his magic to spin out of it and continuing to create. He has elevated the ceiling of this Corsair offense, and we're seeing it today. 31 points, 2nd highest scoring output so far this season with a chance to improve. Forehand the snap, the give to Grant, and he's brought down after a gain of just maybe a yard. Forehand, hands on the hips. You know he's going to need an ice bath after this. Going to be battered and bruised. But if Redwood's able to hold on, it will all be worth it. Clock under 11 to go. 4th quarter. Redwood's content to use as much as they can. Again, remember the play clocks are not working here, so we're going off of hand signals from the referee. Forehand's going to be watching the back judge if he wants to run clock. Quick play action. He's going to step up. Plenty of grass to go across the 40, the 50, cutting back across the 40 the other way. Forehand turning the corner, going at the 20s, dragged down to the 15. A huge play, 55 yards on the ground for the quarterback. He's pretty good, Liam.
Yeah. Can't believe this guy was the 3rd string to start the season. I mean, it's worked out.
And a lot of credit to Coach White sticking with him, as there were some bumps and bruises along the way. A lot of challenges in the face of adversity. His 5th game here as the starter. And he has Redwoods set up 1st and 10 at the +15. And not sure what happened to Grant there. He continues running forward, still on his feet and pushing. That's going to be an 8-yard gain depending on where the pile ended up. He just kind of froze as he got the ball, jumped to the right, froze, jumped to the left, and froze. It was a very slow developing play, almost as if Grant was being indecisive, but the patience ended up paying off. He picked up 9 on the ground.
I think he's going to say that was all done on purpose.
As he should. Take credit for it, young man. So it'll be 2nd down and short, and Caleb Morgan heading back in on offense. That'll only mean one thing, the wishbone formation. Forehand says something to Morgan before lining up. Morgan, the fullback. Play action. Forehand. Pressure coming. Throwing for the end zone. And a dangerous throw. Wisely just put it up high. Incomplete. Dascom was the intended target, but there was 2 players in white jerseys on either side of him. So Forehand put it up where if only Dascom could make a very impressive catch. But ball's incomplete. Remains 3rd and short. Heavy package checks out. More receivers into the game. Reyes and Todd left. Meadows the lone man right. 3rd down and 2. Forehand, low snap. The give to Grant up the middle. 1st down. And a scrum in the pile pushing, and that's going to be first and goal after Alec Grant picks up the requisite yardage on the ground. Clock under 9 minutes to go. Coach Helms in the booth next to us on the headset with Coach White down on the field telling him you got plenty of time. You can take your time here. First and goal, up 14, 8:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Redwoods has been in complete control this second half. Forehand takes the snap. The give to Grant, trying to cut back to the left. Puts his shoulder down and running. He's going to be dragged at the 2. So only picks up a handful of yards, but tough sledding for Grant. Here comes Freehoff and Morgan back in. Redwood's going to go heavy. Second and goal from the 2. Clock winds under 8 minutes now. Forehand under center. Tries the hard count, got some flinches, but nobody came across. Forehand. Gives it. Left side. Luke Freehoff. Touchdown. And Coach Tyler Haskell comes sprinting off the sideline to congratulate him at the 10-yard. The numbers. Haskell with a big two-handed shove for him, and Luke Freehoff finds pay dirt from 2 yards out. It's a 3-score lead for College of the Redwoods. BAT with a chance to make this their highest offensive output of the season. Previously was 37 at Sierra. Saylor. High snap, gets it down, kick is up, and it's good. Redwoods with 7:43 to go in the fourth quarter has their highest scoring game of the year. They are in full control over Santa Rosa, 38-17. All the action right here on ESPN 107.3 FM. College of the Redwoods looking dominant here at home against Santa Rosa. They lead it 38-17. Newton's kickoff is away after the Freehoff touchdown fielded at the 10-yard line. Putting his foot in the ground and cutting back right side. A lot of room to run and dropping the football out of bounds just across the 45-yard line. It will stay with Santa Rosa. A good return by Kai Dukes puts him out to the 47. So more great starting field position for Santa Rosa, but Redwoods has put up 25 points, Liam, in the second half. A huge outburst. They're winning the second half 25-3.
Yeah, they're in a rhythm.
Complete control. McGovern back out on the field. As he gets the snap. Dropping back to throw. 4-man rush underneath. Caught by Evans. Evans turns it upfield. Gets brought down a yard short of the line to gain. 9 yards on the pitch and catch. Santa Rosa going no huddle. Trailing by 21. McGovern gets the snap. Blitz coming. Throws a screen left to Williams. Zion Williams tackled in the backfield. Christian Solomona comes up. A 3-yard loss on the play. The tandem linebacking core of Caleb Morgan and Solomona. The thing of nightmares for opposing offenses. Shout out to linebackers coach Haraldson. Throwing on the right side on third down, picked off. Going the other way, across the 50, staying on his feet, cutting back down at the 30. Chaz Scott, pick number 3. Another flag came in on the return. The interception's going to stand McGovern's 3rd of the evening. So it's going to go likely against Redwoods on the return. So block on the back against Tongaloa. However, the interception stands. This CR team, they know how to intercept the ball historically.
Oh, yeah, they do. And good percentage of those are pick sixes, especially early in the season.
What was that? Was that 2023, the year they had like 12 interceptions or something, led the state?
Yeah, that was a fun year on defense for Redwoods.
Well, they're tapping into that right now. 3 interceptions on the game. Handoff to Grant. Going forward, picks up 3 on the first down carry. And Redwoods, as the clock winds, 6:15 to go in the 4th quarter, poised to get back-to-back wins after starting the season 0-6. We have an injured lineman down on the field for CR. We'll step away for 30 seconds. But Redwoods on top 30 to 38-17 here on ESPN 107.3 FM. Looks to be Alexis Martinez, the freshman from Kelseyville, I believe, getting helped off the field. Walking very gingerly. Yeah, not putting much pressure on that right leg at all. Nate Keys and his staff helping Martinez off the field. So after the injury timeout, it's 2nd down and 7. Ball at Redwood's own 45-yard line. The clock winds. It's going to run through the 6-minute mark. And forehand's going to be content to watch the back judge until he starts counting it down. Again, no play clocks on the field. Play action, oh, I fumbled that as well. Forehand, put the ball on the ground. I fumbled my words, but fortunately for both of us, we recovered.
That's right.
And forehand ended up falling forward to the 46. So it'll leave 3rd down and 6. Luster checks out. Dascom, the tight end, back in. CR with the football at their own 46-yard line. Approaching 5 minutes to go. They are in complete control here over Santa Rosa, 38-17. Play action, forehand, back to pass, looking downfield, throwing, sideline, dropped in and out of the hands of Deron Dodd. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and another lineman down on the play for CR, rolling around on the turf in pain. That does not look good. We'll take an injury timeout back in 30 seconds. ESPN 107.3 FM. Standout right tackle Ethan Bunton, injured on the play. Looked to be in a lot of pain, but walked off under his own power. And hope that he's all right. That punt almost blocked Newton. It might have been partially blocked. It took a CR bounce and is going to be downed at about the 30-yard line. It seems as if the kicking unit for Redwoods, they've had some pressure being put on the punter, but Newton ultimately has been able to get him away. And a big shout out as always to Ray Hamill of HumboldtSports.com, the job that he does covering local collegiate and prep sports. And an interesting note from his article a week ago was that the fake punt was a misinterpreted call from the sideline.
I read that. I was pretty surprised. And yeah, shout out Ray Hamill. Does a fantastic job getting us prepped for each and every game. Check out his stuff.
So McGovern back out with the offense at their own 30, throwing over the middle, got a man wide open and missed him. Keon Moore was uncovered on a post out of the slot, and it was thrown too far inside, and he was unable to haul it in. So 4:42 to go. Lights have come on over the Redwood Bowl. The nasty weather has stayed away for the most part. We had a sprinkling of rain in the first quarter, a little bit of wind early on. Since then, it's turned into a nice fall afternoon. McGovern handles the snap. 5 men on the rush, throws, and it's caught, and the ball popped out on the hit. Victory Oricanu coming up from the safety spot to deliver the blow. And Keon Moore had it for a moment, but it was jarred loose. Falls incomplete, 3rd and 10. Redwood's going to bring a defensive lineman off, put an extra DB out on the field. 3rd and 10. 4:35 to go. Redwoods on top, 38-17. McGovern gets the snap, back, throwing, far side, incomplete, but a flag comes in. Jamison Martin got a little too handsy. That throw was very unlikely to be caught. But the offense is going to be able to stay on the field for Santa Rosa.
Pass interference. Defense number 22, that ball be placed at the start of the foul, automatic first down.
So it ends up being about a 10-yard penalty flag. Bear Cubs offense on the field still. 4-man rush. McGovern throwing over the middle. Caught. 15-yard gain for Marcus Fank. Wide receiver from Ukiah makes the catch. 1st down yardage into Redwoods territory. Down to the 43. Redwoods has not held a team to this few points, as batted down again. Another pass deflected. I believe it was Henry Westfall who came in and batted it down. So giving up just 18 points a week ago, it was a string of 40s and 50s. And again, trying to hold a team under 20. McGovern back to pass, 2nd and 10. Eyes downfield, checks it down short. And a big hit delivered. Gain of, we'll call it 9 on the reception by Jones out of the backfield. 3rd and 1. McGovern the snap, quick throw, receiver screen, far side, caught by Evans and tackled after a gain of 4. He was brought down in bounds, so the clock will stop to spot the football, and then we'll wind. 3:31 on the game clock and ticking. 1st and 10 from the 30. Redwoods trying to hold teams to back-to-back games under 20 as McGovern throws back to Evans far side, catch of 12. Would be the first time since weeks 1 and 2 where they held Sac City to 16 and Foothill to 13. Gave up 54-41, 48-57 before holding Shasta to 18 a week ago. Santa Rosa so far only at 17. They do continue to threaten here with 3 minutes. McGovern throwing far side and incomplete. Looking for Joseph Campbell on the far side. Clock stops with 2:58, but an impressive turnaround for Redwood's defense here in these past 2 games.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
3 receivers split right. The run game, I would say, would be acceptable. Nothing astonishing, but got the job done. McGovern throwing over the middle, caught for a touchdown. Javon Scott. 2:52, and Santa Rosa crosses the 20-point mark. Gets it to 23. So they're going to bring their field goal team on to attempt the point after try and likely an onside kick coming to follow. 38-23, 2:52. PAT team on. Low snap, it's good. The kick is right down the middle. So 38-24. Santa Rosa cuts it to a 14-point game. We'll take a 30-second timeout here on ESPN 107.3 FM. Redwoods on top, 38-24. Have to imagine we're getting an onside kick here with 2:52, and the rain has started to come down at the Redwood Bowl. Redwoods players excited. Fans on the far side scrambling for cover. As here is the onside kick, and it's up the middle on the ground. Redwoods recovers. They tried to squib up the middle to the kicker. The rain is pouring as Redwoods is going to get the football back. 3 timeouts for each team. Fans in the stands scrambling for cover, pulling out umbrellas if they have them. So now you got to think to take care of the football. You can't afford to have a botched snap. Absolutely dumping here in Arcata. Thought weather could play a factor today. The winds and the rain stayed away for a majority of it. But now, with the Redwoods offense back out on the field, a 2-touchdown lead, 2:52 to play. 1st and 10. Forehand in the pistol, standing at the 50. Takes the snap. It's a handoff right side to Grant. Grant turns it upfield across the 40. Flags fly in the area of holding, 3 of them at the same time. Not quite yet, but some might say showers of victory. So holding goes against Buckland. Little back. Redwoods up behind the sticks. But an impressive showing here today from Coach White's squad. And put up 38 with the offense. The defense has stood tough, allowing just 10 points the entire second half. It is absolutely dumping here. First down and 20. Clock continuing to wind. Forehand gets the snap. Hands it off, left side. And getting back to the line to gain, the line of scrimmage. And a timeout called by Santa Rosa. We'll take one as well with 2:15 to go in the fourth quarter. First timeout taken by either team. Back in 30 seconds. ESPN 107.3 FM. Rain continuing to pour here at the Redwood Bowl. Second down and 20. 2:15 to go, fourth quarter. Redwood's up by 14. Forehand takes the snap. Play action. Rolling to his left. He's going to keep it on the bootleg and just got to go down in bounds, and he does. Gain of, we'll call it 4. And another timeout taken by Santa Rosa on the plus side of the 2-minute warning. So they're going to try and get the football back with potentially one timeout. 2:04 to go, and we'll keep it right here. Liam, an impressive showcase here today from Redwoods. I mean, they've got it done on offense. The defense is held strong. But really, I mean, Devin Forehand, what a job he's done today.
Yeah, what an unbelievable job. I mean, like I've said before, I think no matter how the season ends, I think one of the biggest storylines of this season will be how he's grown into the quarterback position, just game by game. I mean, that first game that he started at Sequoias, you weren't there, but he struggled a bit. He was under a lot of pressure, and he was just trying to get the position nailed down. But game by game, he's just gotten better and better and better, and we've seen more and more out of him.
Just a freshman. Hopefully we'll have him around for another season. Third down, play action, forehand. Plenty of time to throw. Standing in the pocket. He's going to step up, try to escape, and keep it and does. Breaking a tackle, forehand across the 40 and slides down short of the marker. And Coach Helms next to us in the booth puts two hands on his head in the surrender cobra. He just needed one more yard before he went down. He would have sealed it. But we've reached the 2-minute timeout. We will take a 30-second break. When we come back, the final minute 53 here from the Redwood Bowl. Redwoods up 14 on ESPN 107.3 FM. So this is the whole Humboldt experience. The rain continues to pour and the sun shining simultaneously.
That's right. Peak Humboldt weather right now.
So forehand slid down a yard short of the line to gain. That'll leave Redwoods with 4th and 1, a minute 53 to go. With the stoppage from the 2-minute warning, one timeout for Santa Rosa remaining. Forehand under center, tries the hard count, gets a couple flinches, but nobody comes across. In the wishbone formation, forehand under center, the give to Freeoff, pushing forward. Did he get enough? He needed 1 yard, and it's going to be close. Luke Freeoff, who has a rushing touchdown on the afternoon already. And they might bring the chains out to measure this. So a timeout on the field as we're going to have the chains come out and measure the spot. Line to gain's the 36. The nose of the football is right there. It's going to be close.
Shout out to the CR baseball team with the chains.
And they're short. So one of the few mistakes by forehand today, he slid down before getting to the sticks. And that's going to give the football back to Santa Rosa. And just like that, the rain has stopped. It was absolutely pouring just moments ago. So 1st and 10. 14-point lead for Redwoods with 1:46. Santa Rosa has one more timeout remaining. McGovern the snap. Back to throw over the middle and nearly intercepted, but squirts through the hands. That football's got to be soaked out there as well. Pass falls incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 1:42 to go. Two receivers left, two right. McGovern takes the snap, looks left, throws, rolls out to his left, throws and caught. Thank hauled it in. He's brought down in bounds. Gain of about 8. Officially going to be 3rd and 3. McGovern dropping back, looking, pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, escapes to the left. He's going to tuck it and run. Toe tapping the sideline before going out of bounds. He gets the first down. Clock stops with 1:06 to go. Fresh set of downs for Santa Rosa. Redwoods with a 38-24 lead, trying to close it out. Turnover ends the ball game. Low snap handled by McGovern, throwing it deep down the right side. It was caught inside the 20, down at the 16. Joseph Campbell, the 6'4 receiver, went up and high pointed that one and brought it in. Clock winds. 52, 51, 50 seconds to go. Here's the snap. McGovern looking, stepping up, throwing, end zone, incomplete, out of bounds. Second down and 10 from the 16. .44 seconds to go. Clock remains stopped. Santa Rosa with one timeout. McGovern back to pass, looking, stepping up, rolling out. Now going to run and took a big hit. Caden Wilkinson and Luke Saraceno dropped him after a 1-yard gain on the scramble. I doubt that yard was worth it with the hit he took. Quickly back on the ball for 3rd down. 20 seconds to play. Blitz coming. McGovern throwing. Caught at the 10. Still fighting. Joseph Campbell made the reception. He went out of bounds going backwards, so the clock will wind. Finally, the clock gets going. 5 seconds, shifting the formation. McGovern trying to get everybody set, and that will do it. Final score from the Redwood Bowl. Redwoods 38, Santa Rosa 24. College of the Redwoods has won 2 straight games. So Santa Rosa now got a timeout off with 1 second. The clock should have already been running for 4 or 5 seconds. They should not have had that opportunity.
Yeah, you could hear Coach Helms losing his mind in the booth next to us, and I don't blame him. I mean, definitely right. The clock should have been started a lot earlier.
Well, Liam, I'm going to release a little more personal information. As a Cowboys fan, you've experienced that earlier on in this year where you think the home team would have the advantage of the quick clock wind, and eventually they ended up getting stopped, and it came back to bite them. So 1 second remaining on the clock before we go final. Santa Rosa going to try and add some window dressing to the box score. McGovern throwing a fade for the right side and incomplete. And that will do it. Final score, Redwoods 38, Santa Rosa 24. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll be right back to wrap this one up on the Redwoods postgame show. 2 straight victories for College of the Redwoods. Stay tuned for all the postgame coverage right here on ESPN 107.3 FM. With the win, Redwoods moves to 2-6 overall, 2-1 in the NorCal division. Santa Rosa falls to 3-5 overall, 0-3 in the division. Liam, where's this been all season long? 2 straight wins for Redwoods. They were able to gut it out, and a huge second half propels them to victory. Devin Forehand pulled some miracles out today, and very impressive play from the freshman and a talented quarterback, hopefully for another year here for Redwoods.
Yeah, and I believe if you were listening to Coach White's interview pregame, he said that I think this is the first win against Santa Rosa since 2000. And of course, you know, we haven't played Santa Rosa in a long time, so that factors into it as well. But I mean, these two programs used to have a long storied rivalry back in the day. You know, of course, with the, you know, relative geographic proximity of Humboldt County and Santa Rosa, these two teams played a lot. So it meant a lot to get the win here today against this team. Devin Forehand, of course, is fantastic. And like we mentioned earlier, just this team has played like a team who's free of needing to get that first win. They got it out of the way last week. They played free and loose today. It was really great to see.
Defense got the job done as well. They held Santa Rosa to 24 points. That last touchdown wasn't any much more than a little bit of window dressing, so to speak. I mean, Santa Rosa, after the touchdown, they tried to get the onside kick. They actually had a better chance than I would have thought on that, as they went right up the middle to the kicker, but eventually CR able to recover. So offensively, I mean, really the run game that has been non-existent, I really like the play calling here. Instead of trying to run the ball every time on first down, they ended up mixing it up a little bit, throwing. And then one of the things that really impressed me was the mix of play calling out of the wishbone formation and the short yardage. You have, obviously, they've been known to run it up the middle. You get Caleb Morgan as a lead blocker. They ran one with a play action rollout forehand left. And then off of that, they had because they did a fake toss on that rollout. They actually did do the toss to Clifton going over the right side. Big block from Caleb Morgan at the fullback. He's been excellent in that offensive package for the touchdown. Luke Freehoff with a rushing touchdown. He also hauled in a 2-point conversion. So even though the stats aren't going to be gaudy for the running backs, an impressive job to get it done on the ground. Just, I think, a quality offensive performance, well-rounded, I think is the correct term for Redwoods.
Yeah, and of course, Coach White's going to mention it probably next week, but it all comes down to the offensive line. I know there were a few injuries today, but the offensive line really allowed all this to happen with the wishbone and getting the run game going a little bit, and Devin forehand playing as well as he's had. So yeah, it's just great to see this improvement, and looking forward to keeping it going next week in Orville against Butte.
Well, defensively for Redwoods, 3 interceptions, and that's something we haven't seen the volume or the turnovers in a while. And to have that, working for you instead of the turnovers working against you, which has been so many times this season, a big factor in getting to their second straight victory, second win on the season today.
Yeah, and well, like you mentioned, a couple years ago, this team, was leading the team in interceptions. It really hasn't gone that way this season, but it's been really good to see this defense take the football away, and just the improvement of the defense. I mean, they were in a really rough stretch after the first 2 games, giving up a lot of points, for the next few games, and then of course the great performance last week against Shasta, and then continuing things here and actually getting some turnovers. So yeah, DeMiro Wheeler is going to be pretty happy with the way his defense has been playing, at least as of late.
Well, you and I saw the emotion on the field, and on the way to the locker room a week ago, after the victory against Shasta, like you said, Liam, that was cathartic for them. I mean, just an absolute release of, all the maladies that have come up, the adversity that's gone their way so far this season. And again, you could chalk it up to a tough schedule. You could chalk it up to moving up to the national division. CR flat out wasn't ready to play in a number of those games. They were outclassed on the field. It's the Jimmies and the Joes, sometimes they just didn't have them against some of those teams. And so obviously you've got some things to address in the offseason, the recruiting wise, and you want to get some bigger guys in the secondary to help out. But that secondary played extremely well today. They came away with 3 picks. And again, we talked about it throughout the broadcast. They played free, they played fun football, and they enjoyed doing it. Came out with a win. Huge credit to the team and the staff. Liam, anything else to add before we wrap this up?
No, that's about it. I mean, I would just add that this Santa Rosa team was not 0-6 coming into this game like Shasta was. So this is, I mean, at least on paper, a little bit of a better team than Shasta, and they got the job done. Much more easily, it would seem, today than last week against Shasta. So yeah, huge credit to this Redwoods team for getting it done.
Well, they played some teams close that have blown Redwoods out. So If you're using it as a measuring stick, very impressive. So there'll be actually the Redwood Bowl's not done. Eureka and St. Bernard's are going to kick off here shortly. St. Bernard's getting ready after Santa Rosa will clear the field to get out and get some of their warm-ups going. Matt Tomlin and his crew ended up coming out here early and watching the CR game with some of their former players on the field for both teams, actually. So for everybody back in our Eureka studios, a big shout out to them getting everything going on the front end. Obviously, we had a couple of challenges, but we're able to get it underway. So another quality broadcast. When Redwoods wins, we sound better. Taking the words from former Bear Cub, JB Mathers. So definitely we'll get to rub that one a little bit, as I believe he's even going to his it might be one of his high school reunions, but he's down in the Santa Rosa area this weekend. For Liam Warner, I am Mitchell Mondry saying so long from the Redwood Bowl. Redwoods, their highest offensive output of the season. They get their second straight win, moving to 2-1 in the NorCal division. Final score: Redwoods 38, Santa Rosa 24. You've been listening to this presentation of Redwoods football on ESPN 107.3 FM.